Teacher Susie. Thank you for joining me in this short 10-minute presentation of how you could get Freckle up and running in your classroom today. I have already created my account, so I'm just going to click and sign in here. And this will bring up my home page. There are a bunch of features that we can use on Freckle, and for today, to get us started, as if you were going to start in your classroom today, you can go ahead and click on the roster button. And this is going to allow you to add your class by clicking this button. We can name our class. I'm going to call mine Mrs. M's class. And for this recording, we're going to go with level 3. Then down below, we are going to add our class. So we can do that individually, adding each child's individual name. First name, last name goes in here, and their grade. Or another way, you can copy and paste a whole class list from a spreadsheet, which will save you a lot of time. So I'm just going to add the one for now. We're going to finish creating my class. Another area we're going to look at today is we're going to look at how we can assign an assignment for your students. So in the teacher dashboard, you can control what you want your students to accomplish. So if we go over here, we can click on assignments. When we do that, our subjects will come up and we can click over here on the blue button, and this will help you choose an assignment related to your teaching for that day. So let's say we want them to do some adaptive practice. So I'm going to click on here, and down below we can see we can select all students, or we can also click on individual students. So if you only want a select number of your students in your class to see this particular assignment, you can do that. Or you can also select all. So it's going to select for all my students, and we're going to assign it either immediately, or you can also opt for the future if you're planning in advance. So we're going to go ahead and assign this immediately. What we're going to do next is we're going to pop over to the student app, and we're going to have a look and see where your students can find that assignment. So we're going to go across here, and this is what your students are going to see when they open up their Freckle account. So the first thing you'll notice is this little piggy guy. He is their avatar. And they can also have access to a place called the Piggy Store. So Freckle have slightly gamified this to help children keep excited and want to learn more. So they get to go to the Piggy Store and spend coins. They earn coins for all the practice they do on a daily basis. So the more practice they have, the more coins they're going to earn to spend in that Piggy Store. But don't worry, the Piggy Store is only open for a short period of time, so the kids can't hang out there for the entire lesson. So if you want your students to find the assignment we just created for them, we can scroll on down here, and as you can see at the very bottom, we've got these different options, and there's a little red alert there to let them see that if they click here, there are going to be some wonderful assignments for them to complete, and they can click on the ones that you have assigned for that day. For the purpose of this video, we're going to head back on over to this page that shows us all the different subjects and topics that you want your students to be working on. So as you can see here, there are different levels. So we're going to start actually today working on one that we haven't opened before, and I'm going to show you how this works. So when you click on, for example, the fractions button, you will see there's no starting level and there's no level that this particular student is working on. When you click on this, a series of questions will come up for the students. So they can go ahead and read the question themselves, or there's also options to listen to it being read out for them.
What fraction of the shapes below are triangles?
So the students will go through and answer all of these questions. At this point, they're not going to know whether they've got them right or wrong. This first visit to this area is just simply to determine what level they're working at. So they're going to type their answers in here, and then they're going to click on Submit Answer. And as you can see, they don't know whether they've got it right or wrong. That is something that's going to be in the other area, which I will show you. So they would continue on with this, answer all the questions, and then when they come out of it, back to here, we're going to exit this, they will have been leveled. So that means that every child in your class is going to be working at their own individual level and capability, which means it's differentiated for everyone, which is great for you as a teacher and also for them as students. So if we go into one that the students have already been working on, so let's go into this one on geometry. So we can see that this particular student has completed the first level to determine where they're working at. So this student is starting at a level 2 and is still currently working on level 2. So when they click that for extra practice, they're going to go in here and they're going to get some questions. Again, they can click on the sound icon to help them.
A rectangle has blank sides.
Okay, and the students have to choose their answer. So let's say they get the answer correct. It has 4 sides. They're going to submit their answer. Yay, and they can see that, yay, I got the answer right. The next question. Okay, let's click on our little sound icon here.
How many rectangles are in the picture?
So let's say they come to this one and they do some counting and they click on the answer and they think there are 5 rectangles. We're going to submit. Oh, we got that one right actually. Okay, so the next one, is this a solid sphere? So we're going to click on our answer here and we're going to say no. We're going to submit our answer. And you see that when they get it wrong, they are given a short teachable moment. And these are given either with pictures like this or sometimes also videos as well to give them a little hint. So they can read this or they can listen.
Use this picture to help you remember the names of the solid shapes.
And that will help your students then to answer the question and continue on with some more practice. So let's go back out here again. So we're just going to leave it for this. So the student, they would continue on and then it would get them up to the next level. We're going to continue. So let's go back to this page again. So as you can see, as the students work through each of these topics, they are leveled. And the level that the student is working at is recorded, and they will keep building upon this for the future. So even if the children in your class, some might be working at a 3rd grade level, but some may only be working at a 2nd grade level. What's great about Freckle is that each individual child is working at a level suited to them, and it will save their progress for them. So students can work away and practice their skills, and you can see and they can see how well they are doing. So I think this is a good place for me to pause and let you get started in your classroom today. As I said, Freckle is a great way to differentiate instruction in your classroom and a great way to ensure that all your students are working at a level according to their individual needs. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm excited to hear how you get along with your first experience with Freckle. Thank you.